Good Sunday morning, and welcome to Sunday Soul Talks with Lori. Good morning. Oh my God, another beautiful morning. It's been so freaking beautiful. I gonna spend the day with the girls today. Anyway, pool day. It's a pool day today. Anyway, so I have been thinking about a lot. There's been so much going on in here and in here. And um, where do I start? God, where do I start? It's been like right now, Kelly Sammy. I don't know if any of you guys know who Kelly Sammy is. She's her website, whatever. Everything about her is called Nurture Your Soul. She had a near death experience. Actually, she killed herself, but she was saved and came back. And she has done very well for herself. And we've been friends for, God, I don't even know how long. But during when we were moving from Maine, when we sold everything, I was scared to death. That was one of the hardest times in my life was getting rid of everything, but I could not argue with getting rid of stuff because it was effortlessly going from my plants to my all my Stampin' Up and Creative Memories stuff. It was effortless to get rid of it. I couldn't argue. I knew life was doing it. I just had to stop being afraid. Anyway, Kelly bought me Michael Singer's book, The Surrender Experiment, I think was the name of it. I let somebody borrow it after. It's gone. I don't have it anymore. Which it's such a great book about surrendering to life. Surrendering. And we went through, she'd have me read a chapter and then we'd go over it. We'd read it together. We'd read it separately and then we'd come back to and we'd discuss it. Oh my God. She did all of this for nothing. Nothing. She helped me through a tough time. Have you noticed? Good morning, Cynthia. Good morning. Have you noticed that when you're going through a tough time, the dark, you have to have the dark in order to see the light. There's in this dream, it's duality, dark and light. It's part of it. And we wouldn't have light without dark. And um, that dark was about being attached to things. My house, all my stuff. There was so much stuff in that house. It was, oh, listen, just in my cabinets in the kitchen, I had glasses and cups and mugs. I don't even drink coffee. That I never. What? Good morning, Margie. Good to see you both here. It doesn't seem complete without you two. Seriously. um. So yeah, I had all of these mugs and glasses and cups that, for probably at least 50 people could have had a drink in all of these glasses. 50 people, and I never had 50 people in my house. It was ridiculous. I even had two sets of dishes. Really? I got rid of it all. All of it had to go. I just kept, actually, I don't even know what we kept for dishes. But when we got to literally almost every single thing that I got rid of in Maine, from glasses to dishes and everything in between, clothes, I got rid of bags, garbage bags of clothes that I wasn't gonna hanging on to this stuff was just clutter everywhere. My closets were stuffed with crap that, I mean, someday I'm gonna, what? There was some part of me that knew I wasn't ever gonna. And the thing is, if I lose weight or gain weight or whatever, it always shows up. Christina's getting rid of all kinds of clothes, and I have gained weight at this point. So I've got a whole new wardrobe. I take a picture of myself. I said to her this week, I almost every day, actually every day this week, I was Christina. I from my underwear to my shoes was all Christina. Jacket, shirt, pants, you, socks. It's nuts. If you let go and let God, let life, whatever, the saying was let go and let God. And it's so true. It just shows up. Jimmy said on one of my posts yesterday, he said something about wanting more money, needing more money. The amount of money you have is exactly the amount of money you're meant to have. You don't need any more than what you have. It's money is a revolving door. It comes in, it goes out. It comes in, it goes out. It comes in, it goes out. You don't need to hoard it. There isn't. I mean, if you hoard anything, it weighs you down. Like Billie Eilish. She's a young singer. I don't know if any of you guys know. Um, she got some big award. What was it last week? It was all over Facebook saying it was a prestigious award, and she was sitting in with all these like Mark Zuckerberg, billionaires, and she said to them something about not having as much money as them or whatever, and she just donated $11 million to food insecurity. But she said to the billionaires, "Why are you a billionaire? Why? Why? Would what are you going? What? Do something with it. You can't spend if you're a billionaire. You can't spend with the interest you got. Well, help people. I don't have a whole lot, but I help people. Actually, Kelly Sammy, I sent her $50 yesterday because she helped me huge and did not ask for another penny. And just now, it was just perfect that her dog died and she doesn't even go on the TV anymore because she's so into, she is communing with, she has a beautiful property. She has a tiny home on the property, and that's a dream that she had of having that tiny home, and she's done it on her own. She's just a beautiful soul. It just, the love comes out of her just like water. Anyway, she is communing. She has a thing outside for the deer, the raccoons, the squirrels, the owls. Somebody just gave one of her clients just gave her an owl um, house. She put it all together and stained it and made it for the owls. She calls him Hootie, just like Taylor called his Hootie. But yeah, I just sent her $50. So, and she just wrote this most beautiful thing about me on her because we've been friends. I found out about her near death experience like not far after she started doing her YouTube videos. I don't know. I don't remember how it happened. but I stumbled across her on YouTube when YouTube first started, and we've just been very close ever since. She's just such a wonderful. Nurture Your Soul is her Facebook page, I think, or Kelly Sammy, I don't know. And she wrote this thing about how she's gonna buy a camera because of my donation. She's gonna buy a real camera instead of her iPhone on a tripod. She's gonna buy a good camera to put. Other people must be donating too. Anyway, I'm still when you share yourself with somebody, there's no better feeling. Sharing the love that you are with somebody else. With no agenda, just being you. Just being in the joy of who you are. There's no better feeling. It's so much better than being complaining with the people, complaining about anything, your ailments or your how you've been a victim of this one or that one. After you have a conversation with someone who's, you get together and there's just complaining, oh, I know they did blah, or how horrible this person is. How do you feel when you leave that conversation? Because the woman that I'm doing the school, I'm in her class. Her name is Gwen, and she complains a lot. Like anytime we have a conversation that she started, it's complaining. And I'm just sitting there quietly listening, but not, I don't put my little things in like I do with other people because I don't know. I did the very first day. Because the very first day she was complaining. And I said something like, I've come to see that everything is happening. There is no mistakes. Everything is happening exactly the way it's meant to happen for you, not to you, when we are not victims. And it was not very well received. And then, not that she was mean or anything, she just, I think I threw, I threw her off. So now when she complains, which is every day, about something, she she after she's done, she apologizes. She literally says, I don't mean to complain all the time. But she is. But she's seeing it. She's seeing it without me saying anything. What I bring into the room is lightness and joy and love. I love those kids. I love them. I just, we had an outburst this week. Dennis, the one they've told me about, has outbursts where Ricky was able to restrain him, but Gwen was like, take Roderick, get out of the room. Ooh, that was a reality check right there. Ooh, that kid is strong. But Ricky was able to restrain him, and everything was okay. And the next day he was fine too. He didn't even. I don't think an autistic kid carries. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder. I haven't really talked with him, but I've talked with Rodri. Has a beautiful disposition, and I've talked with Cohen, which is the kid that I'm in there for, but I'm not. I can't take him on one because I just don't. Or I don't even know. I Anyway. So this job, it'll be Friday will be my last day in this assignment. but I've enjoyed. I've made some great connections with people because normally I'm in a school and then I'm gone, so I don't really make connections with anybody. I've made connections with a lot of people in there. Just a smile. Even the kids. So some kids. There's this one little girl named Rachel. Little girl. She compared to me, she is adorable, and she's always got a huge smile. I connect with her. Oh my God, she had an issue this week because they moved her seat and blah. So she just stayed with me. She stayed next to me, and I helped her do some homework together. It was awesome. I guess that's my thing, is about connection with people. And speaking of that, Margie, we just made our trip to Maine for Christmas is on the 21st, and that's the day of the Tibetot Christmas. It's the Sunday before Christmas. So we're going straight from the airport to the party, which is in Lisbon Falls. So at some point, at some point, I will get there. Good morning, Leisha. Good morning. I'm gonna make it to Brunswick to see you because I didn't the last. I don't know when I saw you last, but I want to come see you. Peter does. Peter's the one who said, "When are we going to see March?" Because this last time we couldn't. It was a whirlwind, only a few days. Anyway, so I was going to talk about. I was watching this Carl Jung video. Woo, so good. Um, and it's talking about the victim thing and how when we believe we are the victim, there's blame, blame of the others. Cultivation and nourishment, nourishment the LT way. Hi, Jimmy. Good morning. Um, yeah, when we believe we're the victim or we get into the complaining, there's a thing that used to be on Facebook. It was somebody was doing bracelets. Those those rubber those is it plastic or rubber or whatever those bracelets. It says no complaining for a day, a challenge to every single person that wears it because you can see it. No complaining, a whole day, no complaining because our minds get so it's there's programmed to look for something. Like this morning, I knew yesterday that our Peters and my deodorant was getting low, and this morning it's gone. I always have backup, so I have a backup, and I I said to him, I came out and I go, "Did you throw away that deodorant? Because I use it to the very end. A toothbrush, toothpaste, I freaking every it's just a condition that's a thing inside this mind." And he goes, "There wasn't anything on it." He goes, "What are you sitting there waiting, just looking for things to bitch at me about?" Oh my God, it was perfect. Perfect. Apparently. I love when he zaps me like that. I love it. Okay. So who I am loves it, but Lori, the character, the little dream character, is like, "Ah." But that was complaining. What? So what if he threw it away? It was at the end. I noticed it was at the end, but I still had to say. Anyway, um, the future, the future. Because I also saw a thing about Byron Katie talked about just doing the dishes because we're always thinking about the future, and it creates complete fear. We have no idea what's going to happen, but there'll be a hook. Like something will happen, or somebody will say something that will trigger a, oh my God. And then there's that once that hook is in, then the thoughts come about the future and how, oh my God, what if that happened to me? Like if I when I talk about the scam, When other people talked about being scammed for $30,000, Lori character would be like, "Oh my god, I hope that never happens to me." Well, it did, and I'm still here and surviving. Hmm. Hmm. Still doing pretty well, I have to say. And then when you think about the past, okay, when because it's always in the future and the past, so, which causes the bodies upset because the past is guilt and shame. I did something wrong, which isn't true. You didn't do anything wrong. Nobody's done anything wrong. Nobody's done anything wrong. Imagine. What does your mind come up with? What does it come up with when you say that? There's, it's probably coming up with all kinds of things. Hitler might be one of them. He didn't hurt anybody. I know this is a stretch big time, but I learned this at Katie's. He did not hurt any the bodies, yes, but whatever animated those bodies just went back into all that is. It's nothing, nothing, and everything all at once is what they say. Nothing and everything all at once. That's crazy to think about because your mind's not going to understand this. You can feel into what I'm talking about. It's a feeling. It's not a logical thought process at all because we are conditioned to believe Hitler killed horrible. That's the most horrible thing that could happen. Well, it seems like that when you're believing in this dream of separation that never happened. We're not separate. Here we go. Back into the story. I started thinking of my dad on that bed before we left. That body was animated, was alive, was there was an aliveness in it. When we got back, he wasn't there, but the body was. Anyway, okay. So Katie was talking about the now. Focus on now, now. Now is the only thing that's real. Literally, right now is the only reality. And we keep saying, well, this is reality. What we believe is reality is that we're on a timeline, birth to death. It isn't true. Who we really are is so much more than that. Yes, we have this temporary experience that we have highs and lows, ups and downs, and every single down creates a, it's in the down that we grow and stop feeling it. If when you stop saying, why is this happening to me? And say, what is it trying to teach me right now? What am I needing to learn right now? What is it? Like with the thing this morning with Peter, I'm needing to learn to zip it. I don't need to criticize him. If he wants to throw away the deodorant that's at the end, so what? He didn't get the last drop out of it. So what? That's lack thinking. If you notice, I've been noticing the lack thinking and how it affects everything. God. Fear of the future, no money in the future, which miraculously you've made it. You've made it this far with all those fears of the future and no money. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, there was something. Shoot. I wanted to. I posted this. A year ago. Was it a year ago? Oh, yeah. Okay, this is it. No, it was 2 years ago because it's all in one lump sum. I'd like to write it out because now when I write, which I haven't for a while, I separate it. I I put spaces between it so it's not one running. Okay, there's a little kid inside every single one of us. When somebody is, what is it? Christina said that George is like saying something to her like, "You're never gonna grow up." When somebody's coming at you like that, they're talking about themselves. Literally talking about himself. He's never going to grow up. That's what I've been telling her now. Look at him as if he's 6 years old. He's having a temper tantrum at 6 years old. That's where he stopped. Literally, emotionally. And it's not, I'm not saying that he's bad or doing it wrong. It's literally what's happened. That there's no depth. There's no, I let things are changing. She's reacting differently in a lot of the situations. So he doesn't even know what's happening. He's apologized to her. Apologized more than once. And that never happened in the past. He even said, I feel somewhat responsible for this. He wouldn't take it all because it doesn't. It's not all one-sided on anything. You got to own your part. There's a little kid inside every single one of us, a kid that didn't feel heard. We are all wounded children that couldn't deal with the pain, so we started stuffing it inside our bodies. Now, as adults, we get into situations where someone does or says something that triggers us. And that is taking it personally. Because that trigger is the person, the little me, that has this belief that I did something wrong or something's wrong with me or whatever the belief is, and it's been hit, that's the trigger. That means taking it personally through the person. That trigger is inside of you. It's inside of that body. It's not in them. That's like the lady who yelled at me. I clearly saw that it was all her. Didn't hit a thing inside of me. I cannot tell you the freedom of that. The sheer freedom when you don't need to defend or fight back. Let them. They truly, okay, they are not the enemy. Whew. Kelly's sending me some stuff. They are not the enemy. They truly are your gift. Hope Johnson. It's funny that I was writing this down and the bottom of my thing says Hope. She's taught me so. That was the biggest thing that she's taught me is that every person that delivers that makes you want to defend is your gift. They are your gift to look inside if you refuse to blame them for hurting you. No one can hurt you if you don't have hurt already inside. Whoa! No one can, I've got to write that down, hurt you if you don't already have hurt inside. Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to make that into something. Not sure what yet. I just took that Tony Robbins AI thing. 3-day weekend of learning about AI. It was free. I said, well, there to lose. It was at 2:00 every afternoon to Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Ah, so good. Oh my God, I wrote down. We don't even know what this AI can do. It's pretty freaking cool what it can do. Wow. It's more than we know. It's a retraining of our minds. Um, they truly are your gift. How else would you know there's pain inside of you? How else would you know unless you refuse to blame them? Your judgment of somebody else does not define them, right, Cynthia? It defines you as someone who needs to judge. And you will never find the love that you are when you're judging somebody else. Because that judgment is what keeps you from the love that you are. The immediate judgment of somebody doing life wrong or they should be different than they are, that's putting a wall around your heart, not theirs. Not theirs. And if you can get this, your relationships can transform. Literally. You don't, anybody you hold in contempt or you judge them for whatever the mind comes up with that they're doing wrong. It's just a what's that word? It's just a oh shit word. Diversion, distraction. It's just a distraction from you, from looking at you. And it's the hardest thing. I understand. I know it is the hardest thing to look at yourself. It's so easy to look at somebody else, but when you do, three fingers are pointing back at you. Where are you that? Even if it's thinking they did this in a hard conviction, if you don't go with that, if you just refuse to blame them, refuse all that emotion that's going on inside, they breathe, come back to, if you really want to change your life, this is it. Finding the love that you are, refusing. Even if you have all this evidence against them, it isn't true. None of that evidence is true. It's only believed about them. You don't know anybody else. You can't know anybody else. You have not lived in their shoes. You have no idea. They are exactly where they are meant to be, just like you are. Life doesn't make a mistake, it doesn't do it wrong. It's your inability to go with it that causes you suffering. It's causing your own suffering. Okay. I invite you to see that life or people aren't against you. Everything is happening for you to open up to the beauty of life. Because when you're stuck in those grooves, beliefs of someone else or what shouldn't be, you're not, your heart is behind a cage. You're not witnessing life exactly the way it is. You're not in gratitude. The minute you step into gratitude for whatever is happening instead of judgment, changes everything inside of you. So your eyes are more open to the reality that's going on here that is only now. Nothing is wrong now. Nothing. Not one thing is wrong right now. It's only when you're in your thoughts that things seem to be wrong. The past is gone. Hitler, all of that, it's done. You can hang on to it all you want, but you're the one suffering and hating Hitler. And that hate, hating Hitler, the hate is not living in Hitler, it's living in you, in that body. Any hatred you hold for anybody is living in you. That hate is living in you. Oh, it's crazy, this shit that comes out of his mouth. But you can feel it. I know you can. If you're here listening to this, you can feel it. As much as that mind doesn't want to hear it, who you really are feels the freedom in it. Feels it. This is all about feeling, energetic feeling, not about the mind. Everything is happening for you. Okay, not recoil. Oh, everything's happening for you to open up to the beauty of life and not recoil from it when you feel pain. Feeling the pain and not reacting is healing that child within. Feeling that pain, staying in it, let it burn. Somebody's triggered you. Let that trigger just burn and refuse to let yourself fight back. Let it burn. Burn it up. That's what feeling it is healing it. Then you'll have a situation like Patty in New York. Not New York. It wasn't New York. That was here at the Luke Bryan concert. You'll have a realization. Oh, I came from compassion. I didn't need to defend. There's healing that's happened. Even though that's past thinking, it still feels good. If it feels good, so what? If it's past thinking, if it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, that's when you know you're stuck in that groove of judgment. When you blame another, oh, well, can you imagine a time you blamed another for how your life seems to be going in the moment? When you blame another, you will never heal the part of you that's hurting, and more instances will show up to prove to you it's not them. It's always been you. If you're open to seeing that, notice how blame comes so easily in everyday life. Our partners are the best place to start. They give us so much clarity if we're just a little bit willing to see. And I saw clearly, and each time you see it just brings so much more clarity of that mind. It as there's clarity, you're connected. Your heart and your mind, your thoughts are connected instead of fighting each other. No, the heart's not fighting, it's the mind that's fighting because love is very threatening to it. The heart knows all. Love conquers all. Love is the answer to every single situation. Every situation. If Hitler felt the love that he was, do you think he could have slaughtered millions of people? Probably not. Absolutely no. If he was connected in his heart, there's no way he could have, because when you're connected with your heart, you know you're connected to everyone and everything. We're not separate from them. We are the same thing. So when you hold hatred for anybody in your life, that person's holding your heart. The idea of that person is holding your heart in a cage. It's not the person that's holding it. It's your thoughts about the person that's holding your heart in a cage. Let yourself out of your own cage. You have the power to do that. Nobody else. There's nobody that's going to save you. It's only you that can let your heart out of the thought cage that keeps it small and protected. Protected from what? It thinks that everybody's out to get it, and it isn't true. That's not true. Everybody's in the dream. Every single person is coming from their own fear of life. That's why I think when I'm with people, they're not afraid. They don't sense that, because I'm not afraid of them. Most people are afraid of other people. There's a lot of fear. They think other people are going to hurt them, or that's what the mind thinks. That everybody is out to get everybody, and it isn't true. Everybody's in their own little world trying to get through this. But when you realize the love that you are, it's not afraid. And there's no trying to get through anything. It's just enjoying life, being grateful for it. Gratitude and love are the same vibration. Feels damn good in this body. Gratitude for you. Can you be grateful for who you are? Can you? Have you ever thought of that? We talked about looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. I see you. Say, I see you to yourself. Okay. Just a bit willing to see in the moment that they aren't doing anything wrong. They are truly your gift. If you let them be instead of blame, can you say thank you? If somebody's coming at you and blaming you for something, instead of reacting back, can you say thank you? Can you imagine yourself just saying, thank you? Thank you for that information. Ooh, try it. Try it. I dare you. Can you imagine what that would change? Not only in you, but in the other. The other person is just a mirror of you anyway. They're just reflecting back what you're thinking and believing. Have you noticed that? That's a big one. That's what I'm beginning to notice. He is my mirror. Clearly. Can you just imagine yourself taking a breath when blame arises and saying thank you? This is true healing and the beginning of your freedom from pain within. I wish this for everyone reading this. I love you. Yeah, pretty powerful stuff. Nobody tells us any of this. Carl Jung, God, that man really understood life. He studied so many people and got to see that these archetypes, the pain, we're born with these archetypes. The victim, that's an archetype. Born, because it's collective, we're all the same. We're all that one consciousness, that one aliveness. So we feel like a victim. I mean, a baby is already afraid, not of the 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 fear is of falling. That's the biggest fear of a baby. You know how its arms go up when it feels like it's falling, or nothing is supporting it. That's instinct. But you can overcome it. You can see that each time we fall, we're not a victim. It's actually there to show you something. Like the big fall, the scam got me to sit by myself and see all the judgments I had of my mother and my sister and my brother-in-law and my husband, all the judgments I had about them. And literally, it's about sending love to them. The judgments are what block you from realizing the love that resides within you, which is what is animating this body. Because like a little kid isn't coming from beliefs. When it's little, it's being moved by spirit, right? It's being moved by this life thing that's moving everything. But when the ego starts, the little me starts, there's the judgments and the beliefs and the I have to do blah blah blah. I have to control this because that will happen if I don't. All that control. A baby's not coming from control. It's not prejudging what it needs to do because if it doesn't do it, blah blah. What? No. It's being moved. Just like the tree is being moved. Well, it's not being moved today much. Oh my God. Such a beautiful day. The gratitude for being here this time of year, not going into the dark winter up north. That alone, feels damn good. Yeah. Jeez. 9:46. That's a first time I look at what time it is. That's another thing. When you're in the now, more connected with your what you really are, there's you're not time doesn't seem to have such a grip on you. There's because along with time is fear of being late, fear of it just grips you like when you focus on time and being being late is something that this character hates to be. Hate, the being late, that hating of it has to go. I'm watching it. I'm watching it because whenever I do something, I'm on time or early. Anybody who knew when I did hair for people, I was always very rare was I late. And I would book them that way so I'd have time because there was usually talking with the people. I'd get their hair done. We'd be talking while we were had their, doing the hair, but then there was more talking at the end. From both sides. And so I would take, a bunch of time. Good morning, Sandy. So good to see you. Yeah, being late is not something. And now when I'm going with other people and we're late, there's nothing I can do about it, but I cannot. I'm not letting myself judge because I feel it. If I judge them as doing it wrong, it hurts me. It's putting the walls up between me and the person that's making me late. I'm a victim of them. It feels awful inside when you feel like a victim of somebody else. And when it feels awful inside, you're coming from that ego mind, that false me that believes it's all kinds of identities. All those identities are what causes pain and suffering in you. Period. Every identity, mother, hairdresser, substitute teacher, woman, the bottom, every single identity is what's keeping you in pain. As we drop the identities, as you hear this message and it starts, I notice, okay, so right now I'm listening to Taylor Swift's new album. I freaking love every single song, and I pretty much know all the words to it because I wake up with it in my head. That's what I'm saying. I wake up with the songs word for word in my head. So this is how it happens because you've been programmed to believe you're this little me. And the first thing is I'm a body, which is so painful. And then it's named Lori. So those identities are a big, big one because she can be a victim of somebody else. As you hear this message and it keeps going, because a lot of things I say is repeated, just in a different, I never know what's coming out of this mouth. I have no idea. But when it's repeated and it's come at a different way, your mind will work on it. The conditioned beliefs that you were downloaded into you as a child, because a child's mind the brain is fully open. It's a sponge. It sucks up everything. And that's why we are a product of that's why you can't hold anything against anybody because you don't know what they lived growing up, what their minds took on and made them. Like my brother-in-law, he's so much pain inside because his mom tried to protect him because he has hemophilia. So she'd go and fight his battles if somebody hurt him because she was so afraid that he was going to die. So she coddled him. And he's got to be the best now. And if he isn't, but he's softening. He's softening. That ego is coming down a little bit. It's coming down. I see it. I know it's not. It it is happening slowly. It takes a lot of pain. Are you done with the pain? It's literally the suffering that gets you to look at it different. It doesn't have to be like this because it doesn't. It doesn't have to be suffering. It does not. And if you just say, show me where I'm suffering. What am I contributing to my own suffering about? What is it? I want to see it. And it will bring it. Oh my gosh. Is that it? Seems like it. This hour, I think I could go on for many hours. It seems like when I take a notice of the time, usually I see the time about half, you know, about 9:30, but I didn't today. But I don't want to go over an hour. There's something that says an hour is enough. Something. What is that something? What is that something inside? Do you know? That clarity. What is it? Find it. It's your true nature. That clarity. The first time it happened in my 30s, I had no clue what happened. None. I was just bouncing off the love was pouring out of me. People are like, what the hell? What's going on with Tibetot? That's what they said at work. I could hear them from the other aisles. I worked at Hannaford in Brunswick. Oh, no. No, that was another time. That was, oh, no. That was it. That was it. Yeah, I was working in the brand new Hannaford in Brunswick when it was brand new. I could hear the guys, the vendors, early in the morning. I'd be in the far aisle. What's up, all the guys, the vendors, the bread, the chip guys, the Coke guys, Pepsi guys. I'd be just loving them, and they didn't know me like that before. I was just, and when I would come up with the resistance up against resistance, like my sister when she was pissed off at me, I just said, forgive them, for they know not what they do. That Jesus tried to show us. He led by example, but his example has gotten skewed, to say the least. Turned into a religion, and it's not even a religion. He just showed kindness and love to everyone. No one was above him or beneath him. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Well, he didn't even say you. He said within. Sit with yourself. Just sit. Watch those thoughts come up and see how uncomfortable that body is. And watch yourself wanting to run to get out of that pain. And you will see that the pain is within you. It's not in anybody else. It's within you, what you're thinking and believing. That's not true. And when you focus on it not being true, when you see that it isn't true, it changes everything. When you face it, facing that shadow. That's what Christina wants to talk about. Maybe we'll talk about that pool today, about our shadows. Our shadows are what's causing all of the pain in your life. It's hidden, but it's not hidden too far. If you're willing, if you're just a little bit willing to go within and say, show me, I want to see. I want to see why I'm causing myself all this pain and suffering. That doesn't have to be. You'll see. Write down the beliefs that come up. Having to be better than others. That's painful. It's only stemming from the belief that you're less than others. The belief is I'm less than others. It isn't true. We are exactly the same. The bum, I hate saying that, bum on the street is no less than you are. Same essence, the same love, life force is in that person as in you. And when you think you're better than because you have more money or you live in a home or whatever, that's painful. There's your pain right there, judging somebody. Ooh, I didn't know that was going to come out. Anyway, all right. I was going to talk about, because Kelly Sammy had a video, a beautiful video of, traveling. When you travel, how you're not connected to you, how when you're traveling, it's such a beautiful state because you can't predict what's going to happen. When you're in a different country or whatever. When I was in Spain, I think I've talked about this before. Maybe I'll do it next week. That trip was magical, truly magical from beginning to end. There's no prediction when you're traveling. You have no idea where you're going, what you're doing. You can't, because your mind, whenever you, like, say you're going to work tomorrow, it's already predicting what it's going to be like, where you're going to be sitting, all of what you're going to do at lunch, all that future thought takes you out of now. That's why when you're traveling, you're now. That's why people love to travel, because you can't help but be in the now most of the time, because everything's new. There's no prediction. And the thing is, your predictions are wrong. You have no idea what's going to happen next. Zero. You only think you know. The little me thinks it knows. It doesn't know shit. And when you own that one, not knowing, there's nothing like it. Not knowing. And that's me going to these schools. This one is a school, I'm seeing it already because I've been there for 2 weeks now. It's going to be 3 weeks. So there's more predictions happening, more knowings. And I don't. Every day is different. All right. Thank you all. I appreciate your just being a little bit open, willing to hear this message. I love you because you are me. We are not separate. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next Sunday, hopefully. Bye, guys. Mwah.